Welcome, everybody, to the least occupied Rovertime podcast this week. It's just me, formerly Dr. Manhattan, now Mr. Sutherland, and Mark. And if somebody else jumps in, we'll keep this going longer. So, big things, I guess. We had I should say, it's still currently ongoing, the government shutdown. It was Schumer who made it go through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've been looking at, I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but everyone seems to be in agreement. It's clearly the fault of the Democrats and mostly Chuck Schumer.
Yeah. And we also had, let's see, it was the March for Life. Is that what it was called?
No, it's the women's. Oh, you mean just this past weekend was the Women's March?
Well, I know there's a women's march, and I thought there was another one that was like all the women that the women's march would just, flay alive and hang for, I don't know, just dissenting opinions and not going with the crowd. But okay.
I'm gonna look it up just so that we're not. I don't want to look like a total moron, so I want to look it up.
We're not doing fake news.
I know Trump said words about it, and he applauded women for marching. He said choosing life. Apparently made a great speech. According to Ben Shapiro, I think I saw a headline.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over the divisiveness of it all still. Like, I understand it, but I wish I didn't, because it bugs me every time I think about it. Like, thank you, third wave feminism, or whatever the fuck I need to be blaming right now, because I'm not sure. It's a mess.
Let's see here. From the Washington Post, thousands of activists at the annual March for Life enjoyed a rare display of political firepower Friday, with addresses by the president, vice president, and House Speaker, all celebrating gains for the anti-abortion movement has made under Donald Trump. They finally? I think they got some kind of like. I think they made some kind of headway where you can't like do abortions of a certain type. I forget what it was.
Would it something that jumps to mind for that kind of thing would be like partial birth? I don't know. That sounds like something that would probably get put off the table.
Well, I don't have time to go skim through all this, but I will say that there was another type of march that went on that actually affected me. So I can speak to that, and I will. So this is the first time I've been to Philadelphia. I was with my brother, and we had planned like some cool stuff to do. We were going to see the Rocky Stairs, and we were going to go check out Independence Hall, take a picture with the Liberty Bell. But because of the government shutdown, we could not get into the building where the Liberty Bell is housed, so we couldn't do that. And I'll get to that in a second. But
just do like National Treasures, break in.
Yeah, I was also trying to compare the areas to see if it looked familiar to the movie, but it didn't. I couldn't tell where the landmarks were that was from the movie, or maybe I just wasn't looking at it from the same angle, but I didn't see where they filmed it. But anyway, the second thing is we could not go to the Rocky Stairs because the Women's March was going from some place up to the Rocky Stairs and just closing down streets along the way. So we couldn't do that as we planned. So that was frustrating. But, I mean, the trip as a whole was fine, but I would have liked to take a picture next to the Rocky statue. But
thanks, Chuck Schumer. You made it to where Mark couldn't see the Liberty Bell and shit.
Yeah, and you know what? Because of the march, there were pussy hats all over Philadelphia. And they're very real. I never really saw them.
You never saw one up close, and then you did?
I saw a bunch up close. And when we were waiting, when we went to go see the Liberty Bell, we saw a line of people outside. They were just lining up to the window where you could take a picture like from the outside. You couldn't get close to it, though. And we forgot that there was a government shutdown, so we were asking, like, what's going on? Why can't we get in? And then some lady wearing a pussy hat turns around, and she's like, oh, well, the government shut down because of the asshole in the office wanted it this way or something like that.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer,
they don't even know why the government shut down. They just already had in their head that everything bad must be Trump's fault, and
of course they've had this for like the last literal year. They're even beyond that, I would say. Like, I mean, since he was just president elect, and even before then, it was a nonstop. Donald Trump is the reason everything is possibly wrong. And it's like, guys, this is someone from your party more than likely. They don't even understand. It's like, it kind of reminds me of during, when all the candidates were still running in the primaries. Anyway, when Bernie Sanders was at that giving a speech, and all of a sudden those two BLM activists just jump on the stage and start berating him, like, if you do not, we will shut this down. It's like, he's on your side. Why are you being such a bitch? It's the same thing here, just derangement.
The funny thing was, though, I because I was with my brother and his girlfriend, I didn't want to get all political. And I probably still wouldn't have in person, because why pick a fight with a total stranger who's not going to have their mind changed anyway. But, like, she just turned around, like, said that, which was a stupid thing to say because she doesn't know what she's talking about. But also just, like flat out, like, it didn't register in her mind that I don't agree with her. She just tell a stranger, like, which I guess she probably felt pretty strong because she got all her comrades around her in the city, but to back her up. But, like, I'm just some person. She's gonna turn around and, like,
guy, yeah,
like, you're just gonna turn around and, like, insult the president to another citizen, like, and think everything is gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're right, the asshole in office. Like, no, I'm gonna be like, oh,
yeah,
and then turn around.
In that scenario, would have been like, good for you. It's great to have an opinion. First Amendment's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, someone else that is better with confrontation probably could have thought of some good one-liners to respond with, but
right.
I don't know, I just kind of stood there. But
well, that's not one of those things that you just fucking, you don't just, okay, maybe some people would just all of a sudden have something to say to that, but at the same time, you gotta kind of take a step back for stupid. Like, what? It's kind of like when someone shits their pants in front of you, and then it takes a second for the smell to hit you, but when it does, it's like, what was that?
And you know what? It was, I don't know. I don't want to stay on that for too much, but but yeah, no. So yeah, there was the government shutdown. The federal parks were closed, but they still had armed guards, so they clearly have enough to pay for security. But they don't have enough for a guy to stand there and say, welcome. So, I don't know. It's just kind of something I really don't appreciate about the government, where they can close such trivial things and make people, and try to make people think like, most libertarians and probably a lot of Republicans enjoy the idea of government shutdowns because why are they doing all the unnecessary things anyway? We didn't make government for that.
Exactly. It's like, good.
Yeah, it's like we don't want them doing stuff, but then they try to hold the stuff over us and, like, take away the things that people enjoy. Like, see, you wouldn't have these things that you enjoy without us. You need us to have fun and enjoy these things, but, like, that shouldn't be like that. I mean,
they put themselves up and make you think, like, I think a lot of Democrats would probably make really great stockbrokers or, like, salesmen, because they have to, I think, have some inherent way of selling themselves to you. Like, hey, you need your government to be all up in your business because these reasons.
Or just because they say so.
Also, yes. Do it or we'll hold you up with guns, basically.
Yeah, so that was my first part of the weekend, but it was pretty cool. I mean, it's still nice seeing Independence Hall and being able to look through the glass and see the Liberty Bell. And
it's such a huge thing in American history. It's like, whoa.
it's a good thing that the visitor center isn't federally owned, I guess, because it was open. Unless it is, I gotta look it up because if it is federally owned, then like of course they leave it open because that's how they make some money on the.
I wonder if the national parks were all open.
National parks.
I don't see the shutdown affecting something like Yosemite.
Okay, well, when New Jersey had a state government shutdown, my local state park was closed. So I believe all national parks are closed. But I mean, like that's probably just the driveway and the road to get in. But like you could probably like still hike there. I mean, if there's a government shutdown, you all have government workers. Who's going to stop you? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, like I said, though, there were armed guards in front of Independence Hall. So I don't.
I just like we take our bells fucking seriously, guys. Do not tempt us.
Oh, speaking of which, 1 second, I gotta show you what I got.
Oh joy. Well, okay, I guess I'll just talk for a second to fill the void. Beach words, la 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 la.
All right, I got a little small model of
That's cool.
Listen to some freedom.
Yeah. Do free bird. Oh, the dog's freaking out.
But yeah, no, that's. I took a picture with Benjamin Franklin, the wax sculpture.
Nice.
Well, no, it's probably just a plastic statue. I don't think it's wax. But
still cool though.
Yeah. There was a statue of Washington outside, but it was on the other side of the chain, so I couldn't access that.
Well, shit.
I'm glad that they haven't gotten to those statues and tried to tear them down.
They get shot. The guards have guns. I'm trying to think. I would think it was maybe you can. No, I'm sure maybe you saw this, but it was some kind of. Oh man, Minding put it up on his Twitter. It was a picture of like these Antifa, not quite Antifa, but they definitely looked like far left SJW types, and they were all geared up with some kind of, you know, like an AR or some kind of variety of firearm. And I don't know, maybe it's this. Maybe you can give me your take on this, because as a rule, I'm generally afraid of people with guns, even the ones I'm close to and the ones I love, because I know that they just have the capacity to kill. Maybe not me, but just in general. And I see these far left SJW types who are in their own groups and shit, and they're posing like this, like, smash the fash and all this. I'm like, you probably can't even handle the kick of a 22 long rifle. Like, I much less one of these AKs or an AR-15, which is, like, much bigger than a 22 long rifle. I don't know.
That's the thing, though. It's not so much that, again, being a Second Amendment supporter means that we also should support the other side having the right to bear arms.
Oh, but I can support it all I want because I know they can't hit shit.
But we just also know that, like, if they start exercising it as much as, if they start exercising that more, they're going to just be another population of people who are going to be a poor example of gun owners that makes all the other gun owners look bad.
Right.
If any one of them does something stupid, they're not going to say leftist activist mishandles gun. Now they're going to say gun owner goes crazy or something.
Well, that's just left down to the media just being dishonest in general anyway. Like, because I don't remember for sure, but I'm about 95% that I heard somebody saying that back when Sutherland Springs went down, they said that the guy who, came in and shot the shooter of the church with, like, they said it was a shotgun. Then he came out and was like, no, it was an AR-15. And then there was like, foot in the mouth scenario for CNN and whatnot. So they're going to be dishonest anyway. I think generally right now we're having people more, I don't want to say woken up because it's too close to woke, but you know what I mean? Like, they're figuring it out. They're figuring out that the media is not someone you can really trust. So even if they do start saying these gun owners, they're terrible, it's like your side fuckface. That kind of thing. I don't know. That's just that's what I see, I guess.
Hey, so I'm gonna send the link over here again, see if Ryan can join us.
Yes, do it.
And if it's just the three of us, he's got to talk. He's got to say something.
Has he not been on?
He's been on. He's never said a word.
Well, why the hell not?
I don't know.
Get his ass on. Oh, I'm being chased by a scorpion. Shit.
You know what, though? The government shutdown, I think, is going to delay the process of passport applications.
Oh, shit. That's right.
So that bothers me a bit.
Naturally.
And I don't even think it's necessarily the people that... I think it's just that the offices are inside federal buildings, but I think that there are, like... There are people that do process their passports that aren't, like... I think from what I read, like, not all of them are, like, federal workers, but some of them just work in federal buildings, so it'll be, like, delayed because they can't get inside, so...
Right.
I don't know how long it's going to last. Like, did they say? Like, how much they will anticipate? Not somewhat. Of course, we don't know how.
As long as they want to throw a fucking hissy fit, I think. Which you're not helping yourself, Democrats. You're not helping yourself at all. You're fucking over people, and it's an election cycle coming up for like midterms, right? Because yeah, that's gonna hurt their chances of getting a lot of seats. Oh
yeah, dude. There's so many damn factors at play when it comes to elections. Like,
I do not envy political scientists.
Like, so many factors, and everyone's considering different ones. It's ridiculous. But
it's fun stuff, man. Just I don't know. I'm just thinking about this. Like, it's gonna be so weird looking back on all this friggin' chaos. Like, oh man, no wonder people think the world's gonna end all the time. People are fucking stupid, and this is an example of it. Oh,
it's all that was proof of which was plentiful in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I mean, there's especially. And I don't know what the heck the deal is. I mean, of course, you hear all the arguments and the things that they say, but all these like feminists and social justice warriors like making themselves look hideous.
Yeah, what the hell is that all about?
I mean, you could look, all right, if you're not like super attractive, you could either look normal or you can make yourself look like a bulldog.
I like the obsession with vaginas. That's the thing that mystifies me the most. Like, we get it. You have genitalia. Please calm the fuck down. If, like, I don't understand if they think that guys go around talking about their penises all the time, and that's just what we do. We'll make jokes about it, but we don't hold up a sign saying, "This is my cock. It is strong and full of blood." I don't fucking know. What is the thought process exactly? Is it like some kind of sign of power?
I don't know. I feel like most guys that aren't interested in politics just really couldn't care less.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear it, but they don't care.
They're just like, cool, dude. Backs away.
And this is just making me think back to that Paul Joseph Watson video where he's describing how a lot of people, well, a lot of men and like teenagers nowadays are just like giving up on like even talking to girls because why bother?
Exactly, because it's such a fucking minefield.
It really is, and it sucks a lot. But he's right on, and same thing. I think Christina Hoff Sommers notices that too. I think she's talked about that.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just
the other thing that happened that this past few days is the Jordan Peterson interview.
That's right. Kathy something.
Oh, I don't know, but she wouldn't shut up, and like she has like a habit of interrupting with stupid things to say.
I have yet to watch it. I just know that it was like she said a lot of stupid shit. That's all I know. I might watch it after this, honestly.
She's taken all the things he says and acts like he's inferring like the opposite of what he's saying.
Right.
But he handled it like a champion.
Wait, what?
He handled the interview like a champion.
Yeah. Well, it's Jordan fucking Peterson. I like how I believe what's his name? It was Ian Miles Chong who I saw him say something like he was basically saying that Jordan Peterson was the Christopher Hitchens of this generation. I was like, that's a thing. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny because I was like, okay, so we went from an atheist to a Christian. The times they are a changing.
Dang. All right, I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna tag Ryan again because I sent the link again and he's not responding.
This might just be a half-hour one, guys.
Yeah, without anyone else, we're probably gonna close it out in a few minutes.
Yeah,
there's only so much content when we got 2 people contributing, but
yes, as much as I think we're doing a great job of holding the tide, it's just like way out.
Yeah, but there's football going on right now, and apparently the Patriots won, so they're going to the Super Bowl. For anyone that's still watching football,
do you think the Patriots are actual Patriots? Or do you think it's just a marketing thing, and they don't really give a shit one way or the other?
It's just a name, but I don't know. I have a hard time just because I dislike just like the history of cheating, and I don't even. But of course, I'm just some guy. It could have not been cheating, but it could. I don't know. Like if I listen to Bill Burr, he's a comedian. He's a Patriots fan. He talks about how the cheating thing was like apparently bullshit, and like they changed the ruling like just a few weeks before that they got called on it or something. Like, so I don't really know. But just something about all that just like left a bad taste in my mouth where I can't find myself like turning to the Patriots and like root for them.
Yeah.
Like just something about it, and Tom Brady I don't like, and Bill Belichick I don't like. It's something, but I don't know. I saw a meme earlier of a picture showing them, the Patriots all standing up for the anthem, and then the Panthers all kneeling down, and then like it shows the final score that the Patriots won.
Yeah.
But and that would be great, but just something blocking me from being like, yeah, Patriots, go Patriots. I just really can't do it. And I don't know why, but I don't know. But as far as them being Patriots, I don't know. I would like to see someone press them on this situation and see what they would have to say.
Right, but it'd just be something bad.
Well, apparently Bill Belichick doesn't say shit to the press anymore because he knows that they're going to take everything he says and like twist it. I think it's like all media does that everywhere, like in every aspect.
Yeah, because media are assholes.
Yeah, it's not just politics. It's like sports too, and like everywhere. Because everyone wants to have the edgy thing to write in a story and be like, I wrote this and I brought this information to the public. Look how juicy it is, and like. It could just be all bull crap. But Vikings are up. Wait, that was last week's scores. I'm an idiot. Sorry. NFL scores on Twitter.
Oh, God.
They're tied 7-7.
Oh, boy. Go Colors, do thing. Well, I think in this case we've kind of exhausted all that we can say with just 2 people, so.
Pretty much.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a bit of a quickie. Yay. So.
This has been your diet Rovertime podcast.
Exactly, yeah. Now with just a little bit less than half the calories. But anyway, we will see you hopefully next week with a much more full crew and more stuff to talk about.
Faux show. All right.
Have a good day.